This has been a day. It's been a day, friends. Hello, good morning. It is almost 9:30. I got Sebastian off to school and then, it was a rough night, first of all. Piggy was stomping on me for over an hour. Sebastian joined our crew at 4 in the morning and then Piggy started throwing up on the bed. I had to push him off, poor thing. It was just a hairball, I guess, from the grooming. There's like little bits of pink on my variegated string of pearls and it's so pretty. Anyway, I need to plug my phone in. I switched to cutting out cardboard for trunk or treat in between kids, getting them off to school, and I just made eggs. Then I could see that Jax was expecting me to drive halfway. So paused to gather my stuff. I need to get, I think, construction paper from Michael, so I was gonna do that. And I was like packing up my yarn to try and make us hats to go with our Minecraft theme, because I like to go to the Starbucks beforehand and I could concentrate on that. But I see I have a text message as I'm driving through the neighborhood. I thought it was probably Danny saying, well, why are you driving? While you're driving Jax, they need to be on time. But no, I pull up my phone while I'm parked letting Jax out to take a picture of my car because it's complaining it's so cold out that the tire pressure is low. And I see it's from one of the ladies at the office at the elementary school. The one that usually contacts me when they need help in lunch. She's in Italy and she normally emails, and I have an alert, so it'll alert me if she emails me. But this is just like a normal text message, and I'm like, oh. So I just drove straight home again, and I'm making some eggs, and I have like 10 minutes to eat them, and then I'm gonna get back out, because it turns out Sebastian and I forgot that he has PE today, so he's in Crocs, and his sneakers are right there. But normally I leave the house at 9:45 for the lunch shift. And if I leave it at 9:40, I'll get to the school at 9:45 and walk past the gym where he is just going to be starting PE, so I can give him shoes. So that's my plan, but I need some more food in me. I've had 2 toaster waffles early, so my stomach's going to be hurting. I need a lot of energy for cleaning tables and stuff, so I'm going to eat and charge my phone. Oh my goodness, friends, today has not been how I expected. Obviously, I went to do the lunch. And last night, you saw, I was a little suspicious. Sebastian's being weird. I did check his temperature. He didn't have a fever. He was just being weird at dinner. Like, he willingly put on pants because he was chilly. It was really cold. And then he's had a cold off and on. So when he started like having a little tickly cough, I'm like, oh, maybe it's the end of it. Still a little suspicious. Sorry about the wind. So I had this oh my gosh, the wind. I had this worry that I was going to get a call today from the school and that I shouldn't go too far. But then I ended up at the school. So he shows up at lunch. On Thursdays he has a special lunch group he goes to. So he couldn't find his teacher, so he came to me. And he looked like garbage. He looked so bad. Like, you have a fever. I took off his hat and checked his forehead. I'm like, you need to go to the nurse. You need to go see Miss E and tell her you need to go to the nurse. But I ended up going to the hallway and seeing her pick him up. And I was like, I just saw him. He looks awful. He needs to go to the nurse. I've already messaged my husband that he's probably not to go get him. Because, yeah. And he did. He has a fever. morning she said 103. She seemed a little confused. She had written it down and then she checked it again and it was like 102 point something, but right around that. So yeah, Dan had to come over and get him. I wanted to make it through 4th grade lunch. So I'm out of breath because I just power cleaned tables with her. She's the only one there, but 5th grade is more chill. It's just a lot of cleaning. So, but Sebastian wants me. And yeah, I took a moment in between rushes to call the doctor and we got the earliest appointment, which is 4. So we're going there. There's pneumonia going around our school and I just want to find out right away so we can get on antibiotics. As much as I hate putting him on those because he reacts badly, let's hope he doesn't have to go on the one that just destroys his insides. So I'll have to go home and put on a mask. Oh, today. Hello, friends. It's strep throat. He doesn't even have a sore throat, just like an irritated mouth and tongue. Tonsils are huge. But yeah, since he didn't have a fever last night and his throat wasn't sore and he just felt a little off, I was like, well, I can't really keep you home for that. When I saw him walk into that lunchroom, I knew for sure. But I'm going to check on his prescription. I just cooked dinner and ate it. That's why I'm losing my voice. They never have the prescription ready, but if I go in and ask... Oh, doors. If I go in and ask, then they usually will start the process. And Sebastian wants me to go buy things like chocolate almond milk. Oh my gosh, these things are cute. And... oh, that is the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh. That's so cute. Sorry, distracted. If I go and ask for it, then I usually start the process and then I can run to the grocery store because Sebastian wants some drinks and soup and stuff for his sick day tomorrow. Wish us luck that nobody else gets in. Oh my goodness, you can see how tired I am when I walk under those lights. That would be thanks to Piggy stomping on us for an hour. Well, on me. He stomps on me. I don't know what it is. He likes to stand on me and stomp on me and lay on me. But yeah, look, I have a friend. It is a little gargoyle. So cute. And it was on sale for $5. So I could justify it. I like to get Sebastian a little stuffy when he's sick. But I am walking out of the Walgreens. It wasn't too bad. They had the medicine. They just had to mix it because it's liquid. I'm going to leave it in the car because it's cold and it's best when it's refrigerated. Oh my goodness. But I will leave my new little friend there and we'll go get the groceries. This has been a day. It's been a day, friends. It has been a day. It's been such a long day. It didn't turn out anything like I expected it to. Gustav is not happy. I was expecting to drop Jax off and head to the craft store to get colored paper. I got a message that the school needed me. Got there and luckily was able to drop off gym sneakers because we totally were thinking it's the wrong day of the week. Our brains have been so confused by the days of the week this past week. But I was like, phew, problem solved. And yeah, just dropped them off and headed off to do the lunch shift. They were absolutely crazy. Felt like I was just putting out fires, not literally, but figuratively the whole time. The kids are completely comfortable with me. They assume that I work there as a sub. Actually, the office assume that the lady who normally asks me to come in is out. And so the other two are like, oh, don't forget to put in your hours. I'm like, I'm a volunteer. They were shocked. And they want to talk to me about being a sub. I didn't know that they hired subs for the lunch shift because I would go through the process to be able to get paid for that. I would come in and help them as much as they needed it. But yeah, so I guess maybe I'll be talking to them about that unless it gets forgotten. But yeah, the kids are used to me. There's some drama though, like really frustrated, hurting children who just were at their breaking point, and we needed to bring in help just to get them, like, they just needed the right face to snap them out of it. Like, okay, I can breathe and calm down now. My people are here, so. And it's just, yeah, it's so hard. You're supposed to be 3. So I was coming in just to be a second person. And then Sebastian comes in and he has a lunch bunch. Usually that's a meeting where you get to go have your lunch. It's usually with like a counselor, but he has one for his IEP. And he came in because he said he couldn't find his teacher. He was supposed to wait in the hall. And it hadn't been that long, I didn't think. So I was wondering why he was there instead of waiting, but he looked so dazed. Glassy, wet eyes, bright red face. I felt him. I took off his hat and felt him. He was like burning up. I'm like, dude, I need you to go to the nurse. I need you to tell your teacher to take you to the nurse because I think you have a fever. So I headed out to the hallway to make sure he was waiting for her, and she had just picked him up. So I quickly talked to her and let her know that I think he has a fever and he needs to go to the nurse. So I went back in and immediately texted Danny. I'm like, I guarantee you, it's like 99% chance we need to bring him home. Can you come and get him? I will confirm in a minute. And yeah, I got back to work. And I guess I missed a text on my watch. I don't carry my phone while I'm volunteering. So, and I don't always feel the buzzes if I'm like scrubbing really hard, and it's constantly giving me buzzes about, oh, you're exercising, good job. But it was the office messaging me, texting me, hey, can you come down to the nurse? But I saw it a couple minutes later, so I finished up what I was doing and headed out to the hall, and the security guard was actually coming down the hall to get me. He'd been sent on an errand to get me. I'm like, I'm coming, I just saw it. And yeah, all right, I'm gonna keep talking while you show it. So this little guy was in the nurses, and she was like, so pretty. She was like, oh, he had a temperature of 103. And then she rescanned him right there, and it said 102. So I think with his hat off, it was cooling down a little bit, but that's still like anything over 100.3.
No, my hat was off the whole time.
I know, but you were wearing it up until when you got there. So it does take some time for some of that trapped heat to go. But that's still not, that's a serious fever. So that was enough for me to call the doctor right then to get an appointment. I got his stuff, though I forgot his Chromebook because they have a new system with his current teacher where they don't keep it with them. It's like in a rack in the back of the room, and I didn't even think of that. I was just gathering things off his desk. So luckily a friend is gonna bring it home tomorrow, so no worries. But yeah, I got his backpack and brought it to him, and then I was like, hey,
This is fine.
It's fine. That's how today was. I was like, buddy, daddy's gonna be here in 10 minutes. I gotta get back to the cafeteria because I wanted to stay through the 4th grade leaving because that is a really big rush of tables. And the lady who works there now, the new lady, she's so sweet. She gave me a hug. She's like, thank you. Oh, I know you're worried. She's so, so sweet. She is a 3rd grader too. And
she does?
Yeah, I'll tell you after I'm done. And yeah, then I hurried home. I think you'd been home about like a half an hour or so. at that point. That's what I told Dad, that I needed about a half an hour. I was leaving at 12:30. Lunch shift is over at 1.
You just told me I could watch a video again.
Yeah.
Bye.
It was good. I was so glad you were eating your lunch and drinking your juice. You're in a room with me, though, that's a little closed off, so. He's still contagious until tomorrow night. But, yeah, I got home, made him some soup on top of, it wasn't a huge lunch that I packed. So, soup is good, gets more liquids in, made him a chocolate almond milk. I'm trying to get this under my glasses. There you go.
Now we're just
Yeah, just resting and drinking, and that's what you need to do, because our appointment wasn't until 4. I had called and made that as soon as I got back to the gym, or the cafeteria. I just went out. I let her know I was gonna try to make a doctor's appointment, and if it was gonna be right away, I would have to leave, but it wasn't until 4. That was the earliest available. So yeah, so I worked on the trunk or treat some more. I did take a 30-minute rest here because my legs were screaming at me for standing all day.
Yeah.
That felt so good to sit down. Then I was recharged and back to cutting out cardboard until it was time to go. And yeah, it was just a lot of waiting at the doctor because his tonsils were huge. His fever was down below fever range but elevated. So taking the knowledge of that high fever before the Tylenol and his tonsils, they're like, well, we advise a COVID test and a strep test at first, and then they would do a flu if those came back negative. But the doctor eventually came in and she's like, it's strep. You're a winner. Ding, ding, ding. Happy birthday. You get strep. Right? But what's the good thing about strep? There's a medicine we can take and you'll feel better really fast and you won't be contagious soon. But you're contagious right now. Anyway, I've talked for a long time. This is a long video, so we're gonna skedaddle and get into bed. I'm still waking up at my normal time because I have a feeling you'll wake up early because you just always do, so I'll be up and ready for you. I just don't have to pack up your stuff. If you're not awake, I'll make my tea after feeding the dog and I'll be right here waiting for you. And then I can make you breakfast and stuff. So that is the plan. And I have to do Jax's stuff at their normal time. And yeah, that's it. No other plans. Maybe the craft store to get paper so you can help me with the creeper. And that's it. I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands.